dream from the heart of Moscow. And you know, about streams, I'm a little bit shy, as last time I did it not so well. I mean, when the first snow fall, I did it from the Moscow metro, from underground. That's why probably I was in a public space first, and then it was so noisy that finally I think that it confused my stream. But I wanted to do it so many times after that, and every time I was shy. But today, finally, we have screen, and I'm going. At the moment, I'm walking along Tverskoy boulevard street from the Tverskoy street, and the Red Square is just about 1.5 kilometers away from this point. And tonight I'm going to a new activity for me. That's why I am a little bit excited. People around, they are looking at me as I'm talking in English with the camera. That's why it probably looks confusing for someone. But let me continue. So I feel a little bit excited to visit the course I'm going to right now. It's the course about not to be an actress, but in the theater to take some lessons on oral speech and on body as the actors do. So it's like a theater small course. It consists of 3 weeks, 6 lessons. Pavlo Prihodko. Hello Pavlo. I am Rita from Moscow. If you want to join, please join and ask questions. Yes, I see that you are from the... Yes, I see. Anyway, hello to you, Pavlo, and I hope that finally we get peace worldwide. Be happy. Hello. So, привет. Говорит привет. Нукио. Hello. You know, I am in the center of Moscow, and be happy. Where are you from? I am from Russia and from Moscow. I live in Moscow. I was born not in Moscow, in the city called Saratov. It's on the Volga River, but right now I live in Moscow, and I do this. Yes, I know Russian better, much better than English, but this YouTube channel is for me as to share the Moscow life, my personal life, and to train English and to speak in English, as nowadays we have it as international language, to share worldwide experience. Почему на английском говорите? I'm sharing my life in English as I learn English. First of all, I like English. It's the second reason. And the third reason, I think that it's improve the experience of knowledge sharing. You know, I noticed this very unusual thing. Probably it's psychological, that in your native language you want to speak, you speak fluently, but on the other side you try to be persuasive, you try to be intellectual, you think of what you talk about, and you know, some naive or just simple things you cannot say in your own language, because you think that you may look as a child, as a too naive person. And as I can you understand what I am talking about? But when you are talking or when you are practicing not your own language but some foreign language for you, look, it's a small dog. It doesn't like that I speak English. So when you practice some foreign language and do it not as in advanced level or in fluently, you can even speak about something, just simple things around you, and it make you be more open, let's say. Can you understand what I'm talking about? It's the reason. For example, sometimes when I show the life around the nature or hiking tours or the moments during my morning running, I show in this channel in English some simple things, and probably I would not do the same in my native language. It's a psychological thing, actually. But in terms of studying, it helps me to share life with foreigners and cultural things with people all over the world. It's the reason. Nice to meet you, Режим выживания. Nice to meet you too. Actually, to be honest, I have two YouTube channels. First one is in Russian, and I started it about two years ago, even more. Let me show you the surroundings. I'm from the heart of Moscow right now, and it's evening time, and it's unbelievably beautiful. You see that side, it's not the famous Moscow skyscraper as the Soviet one. You probably, if you are the subscriber of my channel, and if you are not, please subscribe. If you know Moscow, you noticed the skyscrapers. There are 7 of them, and they are called Stalin skyscrapers or Moscow skyscrapers. And this one, this building, is like the Moscow skyscraper. It has similar architecture, but it's modern. But on it's the bus. Okay, and this mansion is the mansion from the 19th century, and you see it has the yard where the horses with carriages, they went inside, and some nobles, yes, they used to live here with the yard for horses and for carriages. So we see two architectures, modern one and the architecture and the building from the 19th century. It's the pedestrian street, Maxim Kopylov. Hello, Maxim. I'm showing the Tverskoy, or not Tverskoy. It's the name of this street is Strasnoy boulevard. Actually, it's the pedestrian boulevard. Boulevard means when you have two tracks for pedestrians and some park area and the trees inside. Sometimes we, in the center of Moscow, we have not only the trees and grass and flowers, but also sculptures or statues or something else like the kindergarten playful. I forgot the name of it. Anyway, this is the sculpture for composer. His name or his surname is Rachmaninov. So Rachmaninov is a famous Russian composer, but I'm not the expert of music. That's why I cannot share with you my knowledge about Rachmaninov. Please write it down from what places all over the world are you, and please subscribe for my channel, as I do try to make it interesting and to make an interesting content from Moscow and from my traveling. Just 1 month ago I visited Japan, and that's why I still publish and upload the videos from Japan trip, as I made so many videos that right now it's difficult to me to overcome the amount of the videos. That's why from time to time, in between of Moscow region or of Moscow videos, you see some Japan content still. I returned on the 9th of March, and today is, what is today actually? The 14th of April. But still, I haven't published all the content, Japanese content yet. So you will still have a chance to watch it. Let me show you some street exhibition. Actually, it's a famous actor. His name is Smoktunovsky, and he is from the theater MHAT. I will not probably translate the MHAT name in English, but we see that 100 years ago Smoktunovsky was born. We have, actually, this is a role of Idiot. You know the Idiot? It's the famous novel by Fyodor Dostoevsky. And this is the theater performance dated 1957. BDT means the name of the theater. It's located in St. Petersburg, not in Moscow. So Smoktunovsky, I didn't know, by the way, that he played Idiot. The main role or the main character in the novel Idiot by Fyodor Dostoevsky is the Lord Myshkin, or the Duke Myshkin. And the Duke Myshkin is, like, as well as I said some minutes before, he is a naive person. For some people he even looks like an idiot, but at the same time he is the most the kindest person in the world. And Dostoevsky actually provides us the parallel between Knyaz Myshkin or Duke Myshkin and Christ. As Duke Myshkin, he wants to save the whole humanity and the whole all people all over the world, let's say. This is Hamlet. And one of the most famous role by Smoktunovsky is in the film called "Берегись автомобиля" in Russian. In English, it's like "Be aware of the car" or "Mind the car." Let's say "Mind the car." It was dated 1966. It's one of the most famous film with Smoktunovsky. Do you like me to talk about Smoktunovsky? I'm not sure. Let me show you a couple. The Tsar Fyodor Ivanovich. It's the theater role again. The theater role. The film. I don't know these films. And the Small Tragedies, I guess it's again. I forgot who wrote the Small Tragedies. This is the second part of a boulevard. We see it as the boulevard in between of two rows of buildings, and it's the old part of Moscow. Please put your like if you like this stream to motivate me to do it again. As I said before, last time I was so shy about my fail that I think that I failed last time with the stream. But I want to practice it in English. For me, it's a spontaneous speech. That's why it's not so easy, as I'm not a fluent English speaker. But I need to speed up a little bit, as my lesson, it starts at 7 p.m. You know, and right now is 6:45, at least in Moscow. Let me show you one more beautiful building. You see, it's a big building, and we see on the top that it was built in 1775. Quite an old building, and it's a big one. It's the crossroad. That church is famous, and I know a lot about that church, but I won't tell anything about it right now, because my direction is not that way. I mean, not that way. As I said before, I'm going right now to the lesson in the theater. The theater is called New Opera, and they provide some commercial courses for anyone like me. I just bought a course of 6 lessons to get some skills or theater performance. Please say hello to me, the one person I see that someone joined. Anyway, we go that direction. Let me show you the crossroad from the other side. You see the luxury cars. So behind me, the church is Petrovskoy Monastery. Petrovskoy Monastery is very old. One time I went there to the excursion, and the main person at the Petrovsky monastery when it was in wood. So probably in the 17th century. I forgot his name. Peter. Petrovsky means Peter. So the Peter who served in the Petrovsky monastery as the main person, he was told that, but not he, the Tsar at that period was told that if he would build the church in stone, thus Moscow would become a capital. That's why the Tsar at that moment, Ivan Kalita, it was someone in 17th century or maybe 16th century, I don't remember. And the Tsar was told that in order to make Moscow to be a capital, you need, you, Tsar, at that time, Tsar needed to build the church in Moscow, because at that time there was no unified state, because some dukes, they were fighting against each other, and Moscow was just one of the dukes, not dukes, but the states, some small states. The other cities which fighted to be the capital of big territory, they were Tver or probably Vladimir. There were many of them. So Ivan Kalita decided to build the stone church, and he did it in the Kremlin, and it still exists, but in some different form. But anyway, the priest from the Peter monastery helped him. That's why this monastery, it still exists, and it played an important role within the Russian history and within the story that Moscow became the capital of Russia some centuries ago. This is the fence of the park. Actually, it's a beautiful park. It's called Hermitage. You know the word Hermitage in Russian. It is pronounced as Hermitage. We have a different syllable, strong syllable, Hermitage, not Hermitage. And the park, it's called Hermitage. I will show you. I will show you. This is the park. We call it Garden Hermitage. Hermitage Garden. And actually it's a beautiful park, and it's located in the center of Moscow, but it's very small. Sometimes in summer they even provide concerts on the grass, in the open air. You see many dogs out there. They are lucky dogs. They live in the center of Moscow. They play on the ground. So it's the park. And the theater where I'm going in to take a lesson is this one. So this is the theater where I am heading to. You see a beautiful, how to say, the open house, rotonda. Probably you call it rotonda as we do in Russian. It's from metal, чугун. I'm not aware of the name of the metal in English, but you know this very heavy metal, always black, чугун. This is the entrance into the theater. I will go inside. You see beautiful glass. I will go inside. It's closed. I don't know why. Anyway, my lesson will start in 5 minutes and it will continue for 2 hours. For next 3 weeks I will have 6 lessons in a row to get some skills, to be an actress, not in a theater. Probably it will be helpful for my blogging, as I do blog not only in English as now, but also in Russian. And you may guess that in Russian I do it better than in English, as I'm not the brilliant English speaker, and sometimes my Russian opponents, they want to write it to me that what English do you have, be ashamed, but I'm not ashamed. I improve my English every day, and I like English, by the way. I like it so much. I like Great Britain, the UK. I I have visited it several times and want to do it again. Anyway, time is going on. In 3 minutes, my lesson, theater lesson in this theater new opera will start. That's why I'm telling you bye-bye. See you next time and have a wonderful evening. Thank you for joining this stream, and please come again. From Rita in Moscow. Russian girl in English. I call myself. Please subscribe. Bye-bye.